cops are desperate to solve the mystery of what's happened to missing twins, Eliza and Henrietta Huszti. They were last seen in this area in Aberdeen at about 2 in the morning on Tuesday, the 7th of January. A massive police, land, sea and air search operation has failed to find any trace of the sisters. The search continues, as does the quest for answers in what has become an incredibly baffling case. CCTV captured them walking across that bridge behind me as they then headed down a footpath towards the icy River Dee. After that, no one knows where they went or what happened to them. It's emerged that they told their landlady days before that they wanted to give up their flat in the city centre, but police have been unable to find any evidence they intended to harm themselves or even wanted to leave the city. But what they've not been able to work out is why on earth the girls were here at that time. It's very busy just now, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, it'd be really quiet and obviously very dark. Is this where Eliza and Henrietta ended up that night? Police say they're working on a strong theory that the girls might have gone into the River Dee. They're captured on CCTV, they walk towards the water, they're never seen again. There were noises that night that were picked up by the CCTV that could be screams. It could be a woman screaming out in the night. Police are unable to be 100% certain that the noise is the girls or that it's even connected to them. They are working on one theory that they might have somehow managed to get out of here without showing up on camera again. Is that even possible? That's something that they're looking at. But what is certain is that in the week since they were last seen, their mobile phones have not been used and there has been 0 transactions on their bank account. Eliza has not turned up for work as a hotel cleaner in Aberdeen, and Henrietta has not clocked on at the coffee shop where she works in a shopping centre in Aberdeen. Their family over in Hungary are anxiously waiting for updates, and police are saying that if you know anything, if you've seen them that night, or if even you've been in contact with them since that night, please let them know. Everyone is desperate to bring this mystery to an end and to get some answers. And why have you came here at the River Dee today?
Well, I just thought straight away when I heard what happened. Well, I don't know if they've gone into the water, but if they have, they've obviously been bullied, because I've been bullied most of my life.
And so that you're here to pay tribute to the twin sisters.
I just feel so sorry for them.
Did it strike a chord with you as soon as you've seen it on the news?
I've actually taken an overdose myself.
Jeez.
Both quite small, quite easy to pick on and get marginalised.
But it was important for you to be here today to lay flowers and remember them.
I just feel sorry for the family that are in Hungary, because they don't know what's happened to them, and my heart goes out to all the family in Hungary. The other little triplet as well. Yeah, thinking about the little triplet, because they're triplets.
And you came here, how did you get here today?
I just got a bus.
And it took you, about an hour and a half each way?
About an hour and 37 minutes.
But you were saying that you've not slept since you heard about it?
I haven't slept at all, because I find that, there must have been agony and pain. Something obviously happened to them to hurt them so much. And they probably, I don't know, I've had to move out of a lot of flats and houses. I'm happy now in Keith. But I've had to move out a lot of flats in Glasgow because we got picked on because we're twins, and I've had to move away a lot of times. It's cost me a lot of money as well, moving all the time, and you get marginalised when you're twin, and people seem to be extra strong, like, if something happens, they're going to turn a bricks on top of you, and I just feel so sorry for them. They're so kind girls, you can tell they're kind girls.
And you think as well, you were saying that twins would keep things to themselves?
Yeah, definitely. If something has happened, then twins keep things to themselves. They wouldn't actually share it with anybody. Even to the family. Even the family. Even if they say it's a close-knit family, it's quite embarrassing being bullied. Because you kind of think you get bullied at primary school, but adults can get bullied as well. And I think the kinder you are, the worse it is. Because I can tell those girls are kind. Very kind souls, really very kind. I know I didn't know them, but I can tell by their eyes they're kind, and they probably did a lot of things together. And they probably just minded their own business. They probably just went to work, worked hard, and got home, and
just got on with their lives, but then people tend to.
I know. I
Some
mean,
people
lot
patronize.
of people aren't going out these days, and then they say they just stay inside all the time. And they probably didn't have much money, because private vents, they're renting, and private vents are extortionate. So they probably didn't have much money to socialise anyway. A lot of people just stay in these days and watch box sets. But then when you're twins, the people just think
Really,
you're
because if they're weird.
they're weird.
Okay.
But a lot of people stay in these days.
Yeah.
A lot of pubs and that are closing and everything because people aren't going out. It's not just twins. I mean, I'm sure that they did go out.
Yeah.
They probably went to the library and stuff. They probably like reading, for
Like
instance.
reading books.
But your thoughts are with them, and you wanted to come here today
Yeah.
just to.
My thoughts are with the family
I
in
thought it was
Hungary.
terrible. I bet they've been bullied.
And I just thought, I've had such a hard time. And I just may find something's happened and they'd kept it to themselves.
David, why are we here today on the banks of the River Dee?
We're looking for information in relation to the disappearance of sisters Eliza and Henrietta Huszti, missing from their home address in Aberdeen since the early hours of Tuesday the 7th of January. We know that the sisters left the vicinity of their home address just at the back of 2 in the morning. They seem to have taken a fairly direct route on foot to this point, or very close to this point. We're standing just now, and they've entered a footpath on the far side of the river, and despite our inquiries to this date, we haven't been able to evidence them leaving that area. There's significant concern for their well-being because of those circumstances. The disappearance seems completely out of character, and a significant police inquiry is ongoing to try and work out what's happened and why.
And what I think one of your theories is that they've potentially gone into the water.
I think because of the CCTV timeline that I've described there, we know that they walked here, and we don't have evidence of them walking away from the vicinity of the river. So one of our strong theories has to be that for unknown reason they've entered the water here. And that's why so much of the search activity you'll see is based in and around the river and the harbour area. And having said that, we're not ruling anything out. So there are a number of parallel inquiries ongoing in and around the area to try and establish whether they've left on foot by means that it's currently unidentified by us. We're not ruling anything out, we're keeping an open mind, but yes, one of our theories is that they've entered the water.
Why would someone go into the water when it's -2 outside?
We don't know, is the truth. We're trying to understand a little bit of context around about the sisters' lives in Aberdeen, about events that may have preceded this, that might give an understanding as to why they were here. But at the moment, we don't have anything that provides a clear explanation of that. What we do know is that for them to be out at that time in the morning, and for them to be in this area of Torry at that time in the morning, seems to be completely out of character.
And I think you're looking into where they lived, and I think had they told the landlord they were planning on leaving their tenancy?
Yeah, we had an indication they were going to leave their tenancy with no specific timescale round about that. And we've carried out a number of inquiries at their home address, including the recovery of personal effects, to try and understand a little bit more about what was going on in their lives at that time, what plans they may have had for the future, and just to try and paint a picture that might give some more context as to how we've ended up here.
And were they making plans for the future?
We don't have any clear indication of, certainly we don't have any clear indication of an intent to leave Aberdeen, or a clear intent to do themselves harm, or to come and enter the river for any reason that might be linked to that. What we do have is a picture of sisters who came to Aberdeen about 6 years ago. They seem to be settled, both in terms of their group of friends, in terms of their associates and their employment, and this is completely out of context. We're in regular contact with their family in Hungary, and the sisters were in contact with them in and around the New Year period, at which time they were described as being happy and in pretty good spirits. So we don't know, we don't really have a clear understanding as to why this has happened, but we are working really hard to try and put further context around it.
And they left, I understand, they left a mobile phone at home, is that right?
We know that they had a mobile phone with them at the place last seen, and we know from inquiries at the home address that there's at least one mobile phone left within, and we'll do what we can to work out if that device is of relevance to our inquiry, but there are limitations around what we can do with that.
And you've looked into bank activity, and there's been no bank activity since last week?
We've no reason to think that they have carried out any financial transactions or been in contact with any persons known to us since the place last seen.
So the one theory could be that they've done themselves harm. Another could be that it's a tragic accident. I suppose, will we ever know?
We'll do our best to find out. I think is what I would say about that. We owe the family the most diligent of police inquiries, because they rightly expect us to find out what's happened, and we'll continue doing that. So there are a number of theories, and we'll work hard to try and give as certain an answer to the family as regards what's happened as possible.